Super Mario 64 is a classic Mario video game. The video game is meant to be innocent, but for some reason it's creepy. But why? Is it because the game feels lonely, or the fact that your game may be a personalized copy? So today, we'll answer the question, why is Super Mario 64 creepy? Thank you so much for 30,000 subscribers, and I'm gonna make this intro shorter for you guys, don't worry, but just thank you so much for all the crazy support. And we have finally received fan art. That is crazy. 2 small channels have reacted to my videos on their YouTube channels. Like, dude, that feels so awesome, and thank you so much. And I will be leaving links to the channels that did react to me in the description below. Like, it's such an honor. I don't care if you're moist critical level of a reaction channel. Like, you can be a very tiny channel, still support me by reacting to my videos, and that is amazing. Like, back in the old days, I don't know why I said it like that, but back then, I used to have my own reaction channel and I would react to like random people's videos, so it is cool that people are doing it with me. Like, it's such an honor and I'm very thankful, dude. Just thank you so much. But in today's video, it will be another collab with Virtual Carbon. Since I will be away for a while, I do want to pre-record 3 videos today. Oh god, and I'm leaving like later in the afternoon, so I have so much recording to do today, but it's all good because I don't want to miss 3 weeks of uploading, especially with the growth that we are having right now. I don't want to fumble it, and I'm just gonna make 3 videos for you guys because like the support has been crazy. But if you're new here, please watch till the end of the video because by the end, hopefully I would have earned your subscription. But other than that, let's get straight into this video. L is real 2401. This isn't necessarily creepy, but still is kinda, and it is very interesting, and it has been one of Nintendo's longest kept secrets. But while playing Super Mario 64, go to the courtyard at the back of Princess Peach's castle, and you will find a statue of a power star. On the statue, it has a plaque, and it reads, L is real 2401. People speculate that L stands for Luigi, and in the game, it's telling you that Luigi is real in the game, but he's not in the game. And this is a theory that I came up with. Not many people are talking about it, but this is kind of a morbid theory. What if that's Luigi's grave? I mean, Luigi is in the game, but people say that the L in the statue stands for Luigi, but why would his letter be on a statue? That kind of looks like a gravestone. Surprisingly, not many people have thought of my theory that I came up with, but the plaque does say L is real, and you wouldn't see that on a normal tombstone because it will normally have the full name of the person who is buried. But at the same time, the letters on the statue are very blurry and in very low resolution, so it might as well be gibberish and not supposed to be legible, so it might as well be Luigi's full name. Turns out, people were right about this because in that low resolution text, it does indeed say L is real 2401. So me saying that it could be his first name is wrong because on July 25th, 2020, it was confirmed that Luigi was meant to be in the game, and he does have a character model in the game, and he even has a voice that was supposed to be used.
Oh, mamma mia, that's delicious.
I don't know why they didn't add Luigi and just grabbed him at the last minute, but it is cool how they tied this back to 2401, which Luigi was confirmed 24 years and 1 month later, matching those 4 numbers. Since now we know what L is real 2401 means, that doesn't mean that my theory is wrong. Luigi was meant to be added in the game, but was scrapped by Nintendo, meaning that Nintendo tossed Luigi into the grave. I mean, that's just a morbid theory. That is not a confirmed fact, so maybe it's supposed to be a grave. I mean, L is real does mean Luigi, but the fact that his name is on a little gravestone, that is kinda suspicious.
3D Mario Face. Super Mario 64 was one of the first 3D video games, and was the first ever 3D Mario game. Since 3D games were fairly new, Nintendo wanted to show off their 3D graphics by having a Mario head as a title card. This title card was interactive, and so you were able to move and play around with this Mario head. But in doing this, it sometimes resulted in nightmare fuel. I wouldn't consider this to be part of the uncanny valley, since Nintendo's characters are always super cartoony, and they never try to make their characters or Mario human-like. But this Mario head still feels eerie at times. The 3D Mario head makes another appearance when you get a game over screen, but instead of looking dead or beaten up, Mario just looks to be drunk. Not as disturbing as this, but still oddly disturbing.
Ghost Toad. Every time you see a toad from a distance, they are transparent, but when you get closer, they'll go back to normal. It is speculated that these toads are dead because the only other characters that are transparent are the boos, which are ghosts. So do you believe that every toad from the Mushroom Kingdom is dead because the only other characters that are transparent are the literal ghosts? And when I was a kid, for some reason, I thought I was the only person who noticed this, but no, many people did as well.
Loneliness. When you enter the game, it's very lonely. It's dead, and the map feels like a barren wasteland. The game gives you the same feeling as a liminal space image, which we talked about in our last collab video. But the game is not considered to be a liminal space game, since you technically have never been in that castle before, or maybe you have. Most of us remember the map from the game itself, and it's definitely not a place that we feel like we've been in before. We still get the same nostalgia and eeriness as we do from a liminal space image, but the game should not be labeled as a liminal space. Instead, as a nostalgic video game with a hint of eeriness. Like, how on earth is the game this lonely? There's barely anyone to talk to in the game, and since the game itself is 3D and not 2D like most Mario games, this means that the enemies can be spread out much more, which means that you can go on for a while before ever running into them or anyone else. In the first map, for example, you're at Princess Peach's castle, which should be filled with people because it's a kingdom. But when you do arrive, it's just you running around in a dead field. Add to that the castle itself is filled with locked rooms, and the game starts giving you a feeling like you're in a dream state. This could be the reason why people compare the game to liminal spaces, since it is something that you will most likely see in your dreams.
Mario death animations. In every Mario game, there's a death animation, and in every Mario game, the animation doesn't look bad. Even for the video games that came out before, Super Mario 64 looked pretty cool. But in Super Mario 64, his death animation looks realistic. A little too realistic because he stumbles over with X's on his eyes, and even for the drowning animation, it looks pretty realistic as well, other than the X's on the eyes since that is a cartoon thing. But the way they animated the death animation just looks creepy, and it doesn't help that your surrounding is a barren wasteland. And the only death animation that isn't realistic is when you die in lava, since in the game you just jump very high. And also, I am not hating on the game by saying it's too realistic because at the end of the day, Super Mario 64 is not a realistic game because at the end of the day, you are a plumber who comes out of pipes riding dinosaurs. Not realistic at all. And I don't care if the game is creepy for some people because Super Mario 64 is a fun Mario game, and I'm just stating why people think that the game is creepy, which honestly, I think Mario's death animation is very cool, especially with the X on the eyes, making it look like some type of Mario and Cause collab. And yeah, I do find the creepy elements in the game, but at the same time, I'm a YouTuber who talks about morbid stuff on YouTube, so the creepier the game is, the more I enjoy it.
Endless staircase. When you're at the Mushroom Kingdom, and you're about to go to the last star door, you could find a staircase that leads to the last level. But this staircase is actually infinite, so you will never be able to go upstairs, unless you do a glitch of course, but that's besides the point. On the side of the stairs, you can see a painting of Bowser, probably taunting you that you can climb the stairs. Okay, that's a stretch. But it doesn't help that while running upstairs, it looks like you're running into a dark abyss. And before setting foot on the stairs themselves, you can hear Bowser laughing at you, which is honestly kinda creepy.
Shibam Yemen. In Super Mario 64, there's a level called Wet Dry World, and if you look outside the map, you see a lot of buildings. That shouldn't look weird at all, but then you remember that everywhere you go, it feels lonely and abandoned. Like, did everyone from the Mushroom Kingdom left and evacuated to the outside of the map? And there's even a high resolution photo that someone made, and it looks like the city is underwater. Turns out that the buildings used in the background are actually from a real place called Shibam in Yemen. The image of the background from the map is kinda eerie, and it looks like a liminal space image. And I don't know why, but for me, when you look at the photo of Yemen from Super Mario 64, it looks like this famous hotel liminal space image in a way, because those two images, they look the same and both of them feel just as eerie.
Expressionless enemies. These are enemies in the game that look a bit off because they have no expressions. Like these bomb characters have no expressions for obvious reasons. They are literal spheres with 2 wide eyes, but it feels like they're just staring through your soul the whole time. Even this model character has the same dead white eyes. There's more enemies in the game that are scary looking, like the infamous eel, which is honest nightmare fuel, and the infamous man-eating piano that jump scares you. Other creepy enemies are the thwomp, which gives me an uncanny valley feeling with his strange human-like face. And the same goes for the womp, who looks pretty creepy and disturbing, especially with those red eyes. Oh, and speaking of eyes, we can't forget this actual giant eyeball that just stares you down.
Lost Town. In the same level with the city of Yemen, there's a secret abandoned town which adds on to the loneliness in Super Mario 64. A lot of people in the Super Mario 64 community loves to speculate where did everyone go. Even though we will never find the answer to that, I guess it's safe to assume that everyone from that town just migrated to Yemen since it's right next door.
Every copy is personalized. Every copy is personalized is one of the main leading theories for explaining people's different and individual strange encounters and events that happen to them throughout the game. These weird anomalies seem to be happening to some people but not to others, and so a theory was born that claims that every Super Mario 64 copy is personalized. Every copy of the game changes and adapts to the player in different ways to suit their playstyles, personalities, and skills. The idea is that the game is able to do this through an experimental AI that is within the game itself. This AI appears to extract assets from the game and customize them to the player's needs. This theory can be tested by playing other people's versions of the game. Many claim that in doing this, a person can sense the strangeness and the unfamiliarity of the other people's copies, seeing as it wasn't tailored for them. Some notable alleged examples of this has been the game changing certain levels' themes and difficulty depending on the player, bringing in unused cut assets like the blorg and the dancing flowers, or pulling in cut beta content like the infamous Wario apparition. What do you think? Have you ever experienced something that only you remember seeing and no one else does? That just might be an instance of a personalized copy.
So why are people creeped out with Super Mario 64? It's because of the eerie feeling of being alone, and it doesn't help that the few characters you run into have expressionless faces. Like, is your brother dead in the game? Why is there an abandoned town in Wet Dry World? And why is the city of Yemen underwater? There are just so many creepy factors in the game, and oh yeah, there is a phobia for Chain Chomp, because many people say that they were younger, they were traumatized by Chain Chomp. Super weird. Are you Chain Chomp phobic? Yeah. Alright, so it's obvious that I am not, at the normal filming location, but I am away, like I said in the beginning of this video, so I decided to, tell you guys, thank you, because we are at 35,000 subscribers. I mean, we're technically at 34 right now, but when this video comes out, we should be at 35k, which it's amazing. So thank you so much, and huge shout out to Virtual Carbon for helping me record this video, because with collab it helps me record my videos super fast. So yeah, that's why all of my collab videos are the pre-recorded videos, because they are just so much easier to make. But go check them out on Instagram, YouTube, all of that stuff, and same goes to me if you guys want. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. See you guys. And by the way, this will be chopped off very soon. It's been a wild ride, so yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but yeah, just enjoy this. Just enjoy this for the time being.